I'm with Devin Alexander, who is known as a healthy living expert and also a really well-known, internationally known chef because of The Biggest Loser. You wrote The Biggest Loser cookbook.
Yes, actually all 5 Biggest Loser cookbooks.
Okay, yes. So you're gigantic, but not.
Thank God, not anymore. I lost 70 pounds, which I think you know.
So that's why then. Is
Yes.
that how you got involved?
That's how I got involved in my career. I was a 200-pound 15-year-old who was miserable because I had learned to cook as a kid from my Italian grandmothers and loved it. And then, I was trying to diet, but I'm like, I'm not giving up my Italian favorites. I'm not giving up brownies. And so I figured out through cooking mostly how to change my life and then, set out to help other people and got hooked by The Biggest Loser.
So what are your quickie tips? Like what, for someone who is trying to lose weight and doesn't know how because it's too daunting.
Yes.
So what do you do?
You know what? There's a million things. Everything from one of my quirks is I carry in my cup holder in my car a bottle of hot sesame oil. And so I know it's odd, but when I am on the road and I want to grab something quick, I can get a tuna roll, like a sushi roll, and put a tiny bit of hot sesame oil on it because otherwise, spicy tuna usually has mayonnaise, and it's just so flavorful and delicious.
Okay, and it's also hot,
right?
So it's
hot
natural
and
fat
it's
burner.
Spicy, right? And it just, you just need such a tiny little bit
that
it gives it so much flavor.
You can put that on salad. If you get a boring salad, you can just put a little dot.
You can, and brown rice, is great, like a little bit of brown rice and chicken, and throw that on there with some vegetables, and it's delicious. So that's one of my quickie tips.
Now, what about, because you didn't want to let go of your Italian.
Yes.
So what do you still allow yourself to have without going crazy and killing your diet?
Oh my God, I eat it all. Like I am seen eating bowls of meatballs often. I just do them with much healthier ingredients.
Okay.
I use turkey or I use extra lean.
And that doesn't make a big
beef.
difference. If you have turkey, it's not like, oh, it doesn't taste good.
No, because I focus on the flavors and the textures. A lot of people throw turkey into their family recipe.
Yeah.
And they wonder why things don't taste good. It's like you have to add texture, which the quick tip on that is using egg substitute and oatmeal. Believe it or not.
And now what about moisture? Because that's the other thing with turkey is it just dries out.
Well, that's what adds the moisture in.
Okay.
And it gives it that fatty, like when the oatmeal is fluffed by the egg substitute, it gives it that fatty texture. And you mix that into the turkey, and then it's still gluten-free too, because I know that's a big deal for a lot of people.
Yes.
Because a lot of people would use breadcrumbs there.
Right.
But,
Okay. I love that
healthier.
substitute. What about dessert?
Oh boy, dessert. I always have my Devinly Delights, these brownies in my freezer that you can eat right out of the freezer, but I have another thing called True Love in a bowl that's super fast. I know. You basically take frozen bananas and mix it with cocoa powder in a food processor.
Oh yes, that non-frozen yogurt banana amazingness.
Yes. And it literally, I call it True Love in a bowl. I developed that for somebody who loved chocolate ice cream. And if you put enough cocoa powder in there,
it tastes, no joke, you think it's frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
You actually think it's bananas.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now for the last 10 pounds,
Yes.
so many people are struggling to just,
Yes.
they're happy with their bodies except. What do you do?
Well, so it's funny because I had just done a restaurant partnership and I gained 5 pounds. And as I said, I'd already lost 70 and I let myself go a 5-pound range. It's not that big a deal. But I actually was almost pushing out of that 5-pound range for the first time. So I set up a challenge on BiggestLoser.com. They have a whole new website that's going to stretch past the season this year. Jolzette Quince, the trainer, and I are sort of the spearheads of it.
So there's the fitness and the food component, so you have everything you need. And then the motivation, because you're on the website and you can have someone there for you. Great.
Right, so I'm doing my challenge. You can join my team, but then there's other teams to join, and we're going to be challenging each other. And so it's a great place to get recipes and tips, and there's nutritionists there for an expert. All sorts of ideas.
So it's everything you need.
It is, and the really cool thing is, they always say that you're more successful when you have a group.
Yeah.
And so many people, when they lose weight, they're trying to isolate, or they find themselves isolating, and they think they can't throw parties.
Right.
So not only do I pit you against people, and you're on my team, and you're with me, but I'm going to be giving tips like how to throw a party that'll actually help your weight loss.
Right.
And have you feel
it's fun
social.
and good.
Right, and so making food that your friends will love you even more.
Right. So what do you think really hinders that last 10-pound weight loss? Is there one thing that just pushes people over the edge and makes them not be able to do it?
I think you hit a plateau when you get really comfortable, but the important thing to me that I'm emphasizing is it has to be fun.
Yeah.
So I'm even my workouts, I'm not allowing myself to work out by myself for more than 50% of the time.
Okay.
Because you start
But it doesn't have to
hating
be with a trainer. It can be with friends.
Right. It can be a walk on the beach. It can be, our team is doing Hypnotica and we're doing all these fun things. So I really encourage people to like see it as, this is fun. Like this is the dream. I'm going for dream body. Instead of, I have to lose 10 pounds.
Yes. Make it fun.
Right.
Make it a fun goal.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Exactly.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.